Hi, my name is Coyote Straker, Building Inspector, TCA. I think the workshop on energy efficiency for Caribbean building is very interesting. You know, I learn a lot in terms of learning to save energy, to recognize if energy is being lost from a building and how to rectify that problem. I know it's very important that we look at this aspect because it helps to cut down costs in terms of energy and how much you pay for energy and all that. And you know, in Antigua, that's something we should look into in terms of lowering our energy level. For the country in a whole, you know, you can help to benefit the country in a whole, basically. So, in terms of the software and the program, you know, we are learning to use that so we can further in the future, you know, do analysis and know how we using and keeping the energy level at a comfortable rate.
This course has been very beneficial. It definitely gives a new prospect on the way we use, you know, our appliances, energy on a whole. It definitely gives a new overview and a new insight into the ways in which we can save as much as possible or be efficient in terms of the way we use and the way we use our appliances at home. It also gives a new insight into, you know, things like air quality in any given building, and it definitely is something to consider for every single person in Antigua and even the wider world. You know, the way we live our lives on a daily basis in terms of energy, and also the way we, you know, the way we purchase our appliances, whether it's energy efficient or not. You know, consider things such as air quality, proper ventilation, you know, fresh air, you know, not being in an AC building all the time. Just considering these little things that would improve our health and the, you know, and the way we conduct our lives on a daily basis.
I thought the course was beneficial. I thought it covered the topics that would be that's pretty much involved in an energy audit. It covered HVAC systems, it covered lighting, it covered the building envelope. So it was a quite comprehensive course, but of course, I mean, it was really touching the surface of it, because pretty much energy auditing is a lot more comprehensive than that. But in regards to that, I think it did a good job. It did justice in terms of what is required. And as you can see, we had pretty much the Ministry of Education and Tourism, where an energy audit was conducted. And so we're actually going over pretty much what the energy audit covered. And I think we're doing a good job in respect to that. So I think it was a good course, all in all.
As we come to the end of our training workshop, I hope everyone enjoyed the time that they were here. I know it probably started off a bit, maybe just another workshop, but then for me, I was really and truly impressed with the fact that everyone was so deeply engrossed in the software to the point that you didn't even want to go for break a few times. So as we hear, we're closing. I hope everyone fully grasps and understand the concept of an ESD project, where we're saying the bigger picture is we're looking to promote public awareness, and in this training, making you as energy audit well with being abreast of the EQuest software, that in your own way you can go forth and fulfill the needs to even do your own checks. I know the guys at APUA, Mr. Gervin and Amran and so on, are more or less, I think, enthused at what they've learned this week. What also impressed me as well is the fact that Mrs. Rodriguez was here for the entire week. Right? Let's give her a hand. And she's the director of Bureau Standard. But I was impressed. Right, I didn't expect Miss Rodriguez to be here, honestly, for the whole week. But I see her; she was more or less interested fully in the program, and I think she learned a lot as well too, and that's good to hear. I see everyone is interested. We had Mr. Pickett, who's not here, from the Architects Association. Right, that in itself will go a long way, having an architect being able to understand fully. And as he expressed to me, going from the design point forward is where we, as Antigua and Barbuda, need to go in terms of energy efficiency and indoor air quality and so on, because we can't fix the problem. We shouldn't be in a point where we always want to fix the problem. We should be a point where we're always designing to prevent the problem from happening in the first place. So with Mrs. Pickett, Alex Pickett, in the training, that's a good way to start forward. I just want to, for me, it's a bit early, but just to thank you all for coming out and showing your appreciation from DCA. I wonder how much work I've put out DCA for the week, but I hope you all can go forward and put this to practice somehow when you get your different reporting and so on. We also like to thank Zinzi and Thomas for coming, especially Tom, because he was the one doing most of the training, right? He helped us, he showed us step by step our questions, he answered it to the best of his ability, and he did a great job. So different presenters, Dr. Leslie initially, he came and explained about the project and where we stand, especially in the Caribbean going forward, especially with our concerns with fuel and fuel usage. We also have Mr. We have David. We can't forget David. He's the one who organized the website and the portal and so on, which is very effective. As soon as you are registered, I got an email like the second after. So I know when you all were registered and so on. He was pretty good with that. The banner and so on, designing the banner, the templates we all saw that we did, the webinar, and getting everything coordinated from their point of view. That was Mr. David. We had CDB, James, Joseph Williams. He was pretty informative, asking questions on where we should go forward with procurement. We were all small, we had to try to get everything together. That means we need to work along with each other to progress forward. We also heard about ESCOs. ESCOs is a good design concept. I think ESCOs can work here. I see it working as APO being an ESCO. That's how I see it being working as. That's a way we can get it as they going forward and we can benefit from that. But we can flesh out that later, and that'll be Belize's job to find out the best way possible for ESCOs to work in, well, especially in this project, the 5 countries for different portfolios and how we can work, and maybe that can spread along to the rest of the Eastern Caribbean. But for us, we are doing public awareness, and all the information, all the videos, the webinars, the sessions were recorded, and they'll be for your influence, for your perusal, so you can go back over if you have missed something. If it's something I didn't understand, you can go back over on that. And especially today, we learned a lot, especially going to the Ministry of Tourism. We see the inefficiencies, different light bulbs, where we have one size here, another size there, then we have CFLs and then LEDs, and that can affect the buildings, energy use and so on. And maybe after this, we can arrange a day to go over that information that we have garnered, so we can come back together and compile that information. We got some information there from Tom. We have it written on the board that You can come back one time. You can organize a time a day, maybe at Environment Division or the Bureau of Standards or another office, and we just work together and we can see how we can put that in together and just complete that part of what we have done today. And that will be us fulfilling just doing our whole thing for ourselves. We help to better ourselves forward. You got the information firsthand, it's better to put it back in you. So without further ado, I'll bring Zinzi on to give some closing remarks.
Good afternoon, everyone, again. So, on behalf of the Project Management Unit of the 5 Cs in charge of the JEF UNEP's Energy for Sustainable Development in Urban Buildings ESD project, I would like to take this opportunity to say thank you for attending the workshop. This simulation tools for energy efficiency in urban building workshop was really set out for an informative 4 days of guided understanding and to increase the knowledge of some of the tools available to reduce the energy consumed in buildings and to provide this training to support your new or enhanced knowledge. There were many topics covered in this workshop, and Tom, thank you for doing an outstanding job once again. We're at the end of the 5 countries, and I know you must be tired, but thank you for giving us your efforts at every country. If you may have any additional questions relating to the workshop or to the ESD project, please send them to Bravon, as he will make the necessary connections to have them answered, or he may even answer them himself. Thank you, Bravon, for making this workshop a reality in Antigua and Barbuda. You all were a very great group, and your enthusiasm and quest for knowledge really helped make our time together both productive and fun. Thank you for your comments and suggestions and evaluation forms, and I assure you that even though this is the end of this series of workshops, that these suggestions will be considered in producing more successful workshops as the project continues. So again, thank you for making the launch of Component 2 of the ESD project a success, and for taking the time out of your very, very busy daily schedules to attend these for the past 4 days. Thanks once again, and we will be in touch. As mentioned before, the ESD portal will be up for probably about another month, so you can upload all the presentations, the pictures, the videos, the recordings, and then Bravon will be in discussion as to where we will transition the information also. Okay, so thanks again, everyone. Tom, if you would like to say anything to your students.
No, I'll just agree with the two previous. That's the short version. It's been really great to work with this group because I think we worked through things together a lot and came to decisions on how we would do things to a certain degree, and really enjoyed having that input as well as helping me look into how to use these tools. And I'm really looking forward to hearing about some upgraded buildings in Antigua. So let me know. And I'll come back just to see them. Thank you.
And as we close, let's remember and give a vote of thanks to first of all, we have our caterer, Global Catering. Global Catering, we have our photographer, Sea Life Photography. Belmont Studios for videography. We have the Dodo as our transportation. Can't forget the Caribbean Community Climate Change Center for organizing this round of workshop. Zinzi John, Thomas Hamlin, David Neal, David Duncan. We have also Christine, Dr. Al Binger, and the whole team that was working along with us from the Caribbean Community Climate Change Center. I just want to say thanks. And to end us off, we have a word from the participants, from Mr. Stephen Butters.
Hey, good afternoon. On behalf of the participants, I would like to thank all those persons who made this workshop possible. All the participants were, and I guess I'm speaking as the least of the apostles with regards to the knowledge that I came with. But I must say that the knowledge that I received was great, and I'm certain that when I go back to my home and my work, and even in the community, I'll be able to impart some of the important truths with regards to energy efficiency and renewable energy. So once again, I'd like to thank you very much for making this possible. I think I was ticking off all the names that I should say thank you, and I don't think there's anyone else that I should say thanks, other than the participants who made it their business to be here, because I think that it has been 4 days of intense learning, and I'm positive that we all will be able to go back and implement some of the things that we learned. So once again, thank you very much. Thank you.
Also, thanks to Gate for hosting us. And with that, thank you for coming. Thank you, everyone. Have enjoyed your afternoon and your weekend.